When you know that your stuff is bugs, when you know that your stuff is bugs.
That came right at my face. Okay, I'm excited. Can you imagine if I took a bite and a fly flew in my mouth? I would leave my own house. My name is Alex Chapa, and I am the owner and founder of Moonstone'd Pottery. The reason that pottery is so meaningful to me is because the whole handmade and handcrafted part of it. Before I started pottery, I used to go to Marshall's and Target, and I would go and specifically get their ceramic mugs or their planters. And even to this day, I'll go and I'm like, oh my gosh, this glaze is beautiful, this piece is beautiful, but I look at the bottom and it says it's made in China. So, and they're $3. So it's like, I don't want a commercialized mug. I want something that's handmade with somebody's two hands instead of going through a whole entire process. You start with literally a ball of clay and you can form it into any kind of shape that you want. And most of the time, pottery can be used for specifically art pieces itself. But when it's an art piece and a functional piece, it's so much more meaningful because it's made with somebody's two hands, just themselves. The more natural aspect of this art form instead of like painting or drawing is I'm so attracted to it, and even when I do make my pieces, I leave a lot of the clay blank, and I don't glaze the whole piece so you can essentially see the whole entire clay body on the outside, just because I'm really big on texture as well as the look of the natural body itself instead of covering it up with the color. And so yeah, that's really what I get my inspiration from, is like trees, the colors of the ground, the grass, everything to Mother Nature, and then some. I've met a lot of people doing pop-ups, but even like returning customers as well. Like I've had people who've almost come to every consistent pop-up that I've had, and they buy a piece each time so you can see like the whole evolution. They have like a series of stuff that I've done, and it's like, I don't even remember making that, and that's awesome that you actually have that, and it means something to you. When people from out of town, when they buy my stuff, that like, it just like makes me emotional thinking about it. Each piece doesn't get touched less than 20 times by my own two hands, and so just knowing that that's in somebody's home who I've never met before, and they have a little piece of me either in California or Massachusetts or Utah or somewhere, it's like I've never even been there before, but technically a little piece of me is with you. I do a lot of stuff for coffee shops here and local shops here in Corpus, to where we put their business logo and decal on the actual mug itself. But usually we'll just leave the decal black and then have the whole entire clay body exposed. And I feel that a lot of shops find that unique because they've never seen that before. Usually I see a lot of mugs in different places that have the whole piece glazed and then they'll have the decal over it. But me being the way that I am with texture and just attracted to the natural clay body, I really like to show that with my pieces. My favorite taco used to be bean and cheese when I was little. Then it evolutionized to bean, egg, and cheese. And then once I got in my 20s and started liking avocado, it is now bean, egg, cheese, avocado. The best taco of all time. The more you get into it, the more you can taste the avocado, which now is my favorite part. My great-grandmother opened a tortilla factory here in town called La Malinche. I believe it was off of Ayers maybe, but it was the first tortilla factory here in town. They made the whole entire town's orders of tortillas, and all handmade, corn, flour, everything. It's unfortunately not there anymore, but growing up, we would only eat tacos. So I never thought that they were something that people looked down at, because it was always such a big thing in my family, and we would either eat them here or go out to eat them or go to my grandparents' house and eat them. But there's nothing better than a homemade taco, homemade tortillas, homemade beans, homemade rice, anything. Being able to be creative every day and then also be connected with people that I've never met before on a different level. It's way different than playing sports and being on stage and performing. Thankfully, I've met a lot of people doing what I have been doing lately, which is awesome. It's definitely new too, because I'm such an introvert, but I've met a lot of people doing this. I've learned a lot. I'm way more open-minded than I was. And yeah, just being able to be creative all day. And it's not easy. I mean, I sit here all day in the heat, sweat my ass off, but it's all worth it.